Hi, my name's George Hall, and this is at Geehall 1.
Whatever else I want to take. And then I've got about 5 weeks left.
Okay, can we have your name and your Twitter handle?
Keith Delarue. Twitter handle is at @KDelarue.
Alright, now what do you do on social media?
I particularly use it for conferences, for networking, and particularly now that I'm a solo consultant, it's a great way of maintaining the same sort of network that I used to have when I was working in an office.
Right, so what sort of social media do you use apart from Twitter?
Twitter, I also use LinkedIn a lot, and Facebook. That's my 3 main tools that I use. I think one of my favourite examples of what I've done with that was actually before Twitter. We needed a new car, and we had one written off by one of my daughters. We got $8,500 back and $16.58 on the insurance, on the registration. So I wrote a blog post, wanted used car for $8,516.58. 1 month today later, I got a much better car than the one that was written off. Got a Subaru Impreza for $8,516.58.
All from a blog post?
Blog post, LinkedIn and Facebook.
Now that's an interesting use of it. Now, what do you think of Tweetupmellers?
Well, it's my first time here, and it's great to meet a few people that I've already connected with online and not met face to face before, and also a few that I already know through the Social Melbourne Friday morning meeting.
No worries. Okay, thanks very much for that.
Thank you.
Okay, we have your Twitter name and your name, please.
My Twitter name is Dr. Warwick, or Dr. Warwick. It's not that I'm a doctor, but my initials are Dr. Warwick, and when I hit Twitter, I didn't quite realise how prominent the handle would be, and that's the name that I'm stuck with. So my real name's David Warwick.
And what do you do on social media?
Well, I started on Twitter doing some research for some consulting around web applications, and initially sort of wondered what it was all about, and then got hooked. Now I'm doing web video and bringing a couple of other web technologies to Melbourne and to corporate clients in Melbourne, and getting involved in helping them get online and use social media. And I use it myself to keep in contact with people, find out things that I'm interested in, and I guess let people know what I'm doing.
Right, so you started off on Twitter, now you're on Google Wave as well.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to get one of the early Google Wave invitations, and been playing around with it. I think it's quite different to the other social media that's out there. It sort of sits in between a number of other different areas, and it's certainly a prototype product at the moment with you know, a long way to go in its development, but certainly a nice place to play, and I think people that are active in Facebook or Twitter will graduate to that quite easily. It'll be quite a familiar environment for them. I don't think it's going to replace other social media environments. It'll just add some colour to the products that are out there.
Okay, now you're on Twitter and Wave. Do you do any other social media like Tweetupmellers or Facebook?
Yeah, I think I was on LinkedIn first before anything else, and then I moved to Facebook as that became a little bit more corporate, and then into Twitter and play around with a bunch of different areas. But I think for me, the places that that I sit in most comfortably are blogs, actually writing sort of longer pieces, Twitter, and sort of the broader web. I use Facebook and I use LinkedIn a bit, but I'm not active on those two.
Okay, and what do you think of Tweetupmellers?
I think Tweetupmellers is fantastic. Love the people that get along. I think it's starting to integrate more with other social media events like the coffee mornings and the social melv, and starting to see people in multiple places, and it's nice to hear what people are doing, how they're using social media, and how they're getting along, and especially on a nice warm night like this, it's very pleasant.
Actually, it's interesting. Tonight's the first one where everyone's outside.
It's outdoors, yeah.
Okay, thanks very much for that.
Thanks.